This video was shot in 2014 and uploaded to YouTube for public viewing on Thursday, July 4th, 2024 by investigative reporter Carol Harvey. Happy Independence Day! 10 years ago, on Sunday, November 30th, 2014, my friend and I are walking down a road under an umbrella of trees on top of Yerba Buena Island, a very high rock jutting up out of San Francisco Bay. We are walking to an outlook above the deconstruction area of the old Bay Bridge. A new earthquake-proof Bay Bridge has just been built. The ambient noise you will hear is traffic passing below us on the new Bay Bridge. It is also very windy up there.
You're gonna like this.
I am gonna like it. I like it already. You know what else I like? It was raining torrentially this morning, and it's not now.
I want to get out of the road.
Okay. I'm going to just survey the scene from up here. Okay, we're looking at the Old Bay Bridge, and we're going to look at it again in a minute when I get lower down. We're looking at the Old Bay Bridge and the new Bay Bridge that they're building. Is Berkeley directly across from us? Is that Berkeley over there? Okay, you see the buildings on the other side of that one part of the bridge that they haven't connected yet. That is Berkeley. Okay.
I have to correct you. The new Bay Bridge is completely built. What you're seeing is the new Bay Bridge and the deconstruction progress of the old Bay Bridge.
Thank you for correcting that. The new Bay, no, I did not know that.
You knew that.
I didn't know that.
Bay Bridge.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
They are deconstructing the Old Bay Bridge there. That's the part that's separated from each other. And the new Bay Bridge is completely built. No, I really didn't know that. Thank you.
Bridge is a suspension bridge. The new eastern span is made for earthquakes. The Old Bay Bridge, which is a marvel of construction, is rigid and it is not earthquake proof.
Okay, so there was a compelling reason to do this, and I'm moving to get the shot with the telephone pole not in the middle of it. This is why they did it. Was this the reason so that they would have a bridge that was safer in earthquakes?
Right.
Because it was a suspension bridge.
And there's a
the
movie.
Old one.
There's a documentary called "The Bridge So Far: A Suspense Story," which is a play on another
Bridge Too Far.
Right. And that was created by an engineer who had been waiting at the time for the bridge to be built, and his son was born 14 years later is when I saw the video. And you can see it at the Exploratorium, and you can probably rent it. It's called "The Bridge So Far: A Suspense Story." It's all about all the delays, the ridiculous delays in the building of this new Bay Bridge.
The ridiculous delays in the building of this new bridge are legendary. Yeah. Okay.
Right. This is an interesting view of the two Bay Bridges, old and new. Upper and lower deck of the new bridge is up and fully functional. It opened a few months ago, I think Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
And you can see the beautiful white suspension tower and the cables and the traffic going into Yerba Buena Tunnel and out of Yerba Buena Tunnel towards Oakland, Berkeley, Emeryville.
And you can see it coming out from underneath the upper deck. The upper deck is going in, the lower deck is coming out.
Exactly.
Right.
The upper deck is going into San Francisco.
Thank
you. The lower
you.
deck is exiting.
And going toward Oakland.
And alongside of it, you can see a sailboat floating by beautifully, and you can see the Old Bay Bridge is being deconstructed. They expect that it will be done and gone by the year 2016.
2016, 2 years from now, that bridge will be gone.
And you can see the barge down below with the crane on it, and some pieces over here floating that I'm sure are tools for deconstructing the Old Bay Bridge.
Let me get that barge in the...
You see the big yellow crane
I
up
see.
above?
Yep, I got it.
And the cranes on the boats, on the barges.
The cranes are on the barges. And what was the other thing you mentioned after that?
The sailboat going by.
I got that.
And then down at the very bottom of the bridge on land, you can see the construction command headquarters there.
Is that what that is?
Yeah,
let's go over there.
Truck.
Okay, we're going to go over and take a look at command headquarters for the bridge construction. And try not to fall off the edge of this thing. Wait a minute.
I'm really worried about how good this roof is. It's been out here for 10 years. Seems pretty strong.
Yeah, it's stable. Okay, so this is this construction area for the bridge that I'm shooting now. And this is a very, very beautiful shot of this whole thing.
You can see the towers, the struts that used to hold up the Old Bay Bridge are still standing, but the bed of the bridge is gone. The road bed is gone.
You got to deconstruct a bridge after you build it if you want it to go away. You can't just let it sit there.
Right, and we're kind of bummed because the bicycle path that we're supposed to have access to go back and forth to the East Bay will not be available until they take down the Bay Bridge because it's blocking the bike path. It's funny they can have the cars, but they don't have the bike path.
When the bike path's in there, that's going to be fantastic.
Well,
to be able to bike over to Oakland.
You can walk from Emeryville all the way probably to about where the white tower is, and at that point that's where the bike path is cut off and the pedestrian path is cut off.
Are you talking about the white building over on the shore?
No, the white tower that holds up the suspension cables on the New Bay Bridge.
You're talking about that beautiful triangular affair.
Right.
Okay, and what did you say about it? That the bike path only goes so far?
That's as far as the bike path goes.
Now.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, and you're bummed because they haven't completed it.
We can't get to it for another couple years.
Okay. This is really beautiful. We're up on top of, I didn't say it before, we're on top of Yerba Buena Island, at the very top of Yerba Buena Island. And over here is what is this here?
This is the active Coast Guard station.
I've been wanting to see the active Coast Guard station for Treasure Island.
This is a piece of it.
Just a piece of it.
There are more Coast Guard buildings down closer to the water.
Now, this is part of the Navy, right?
No, it's the Coast Guard. Totally different.
Totally
US
different.
Coast Guard.
Okay. Okay, so the Coast Guard has been on Yerba Buena for a long time. I think earlier than they actually built the island. It's been here for a long time.
Here comes a barge over here.
Okay, let's get the thing about barges is they go very slowly. So you have time to find them. And there it is. There's a barge. It's going to go under all that. I live on the marina and I see a lot of these barges out my window. And a lot of them are going to China. A lot of them, a bulk of them I'd say. Yeah, they have Chinese names on them.
They could be putting it into place to take away pieces of the Bay Bridge too. Or it could be that all the construction is stopped because it's Sunday. I don't know if they do bridge work 24/7. Or if they stop it on holiday weekends or what.
It doesn't look to me like there's any construction work going on there. You would see people, and I'm not, and that truck is I don't see any people down there.
I don't see anything moving either. The cranes aren't moving. There's no men on see all the little trucks parked up on the Old Bay Bridge chunk that's there? How are they going to get those things down?
I didn't shoot that. Let me get that. Andrew's talking about this area here, which is obviously another work area on the bridge. And I have to say the date. It's Sunday, November 30th, 2014. It's a weekend. It's a holiday weekend. So our speculation is that they're not working. The weekend and the holiday weekend, nobody's doing anything.
That's a tugboat and a barge. It's two different vehicles there.
Tugboat and barge. And I wonder if the barge is pulling the tugboat or if the tugboat's pushing the barge.
The tugboat is pushing the barge.
That's amazing. The little tugboat that could. It's a teeny tiny little tugboat, and if I can connect this to your television set when we go to your house so we can look at this footage. I've got the cord for it, so we could do that. You can see what the tugboat really looks like up close. Right now we can't see it very clearly. Okay, so what are we looking at now? We're looking back at where we came.
I wondered if you want to get in the car or walk.
Oh, how far do we have to walk?
Just around here, I think. Let's walk.